Hello YouTube, it's Emma Blaze 10 here, going up against a good friend of mine, Neo Nexodist, who I haven't actually dueled for a little while, and it's going to be Blue Eyes White Dragon versus Battling Boxers. Now, as you can see, he won the rock paper scissors, so he's going to head off first. He's just deciding what he's going to do with his starting hand, because apparently it wasn't a very good hand. But well, I've got a pretty okay hand, to put it politely. So let's just see how this goes. So as you guys can actually see, this game was speeded up incredibly because it was originally 20 minutes long, but I've managed to reduce it enough. Now, I haven't fought against battling boxers before too much, so I do know some of their effects, but I'm not so sure with others. But there's Headgear, Sending, and Glassjaw. Now, this was a misplay. The button system messed up for a second, and he accidentally sent his Mirror Force to the graveyard, so I knew he had a Mirror Force. But that's alright, because then the turn passes over to me. Now, of course, first thing I like to do is try and thin the deck as quickly as possible, so here we go with Dragon Trine. And as my phrase goes, I send a Blue Eyes to send a White Stone to add a Blue Eyes. And that's the deck thinned out by 3 cards already, so pretty cool. Then I was in a bit of a rut because since I wasn't sure about what Battling Boxers to do, I wasn't sure whether to either just summon Maiden or use Shining Angel. I decided to go for Shining Angel because I thought, well, Battling Boxers can swarm quite easily, so just in case, I'll be on the safe side, get Shining Angel, search and thin the deck out a bit more, and also let me keep my monsters going off. He then summons the Battling Boxer that summons out a Glassjaw. I forgot its name, I'm terribly sorry. Attacks the Shining Angel, summon another one. I take 100 damage with the next one, and then I finally summon out the Maiden. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, Duel Network on my side was being a wee bit slow, so I'm very sorry if the moves seem to be taking a little while longer than they are. But I finally have Maiden out in the field. Then he overlays into the Battling Boxer Lead Yoke, which is an annoying card. If you don't know what it does, if a Battling Boxer monster will be destroyed, it detaches a material to save itself and gains an 800 attack every time it's done. He decides to get rid of Maiden by activating Torrential Tribute, and therefore detaches his Glassjaw. Now, Glassjaw's effect does work because it says when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, and since it was a XYZ material effect and everything, then he does get that play off. So, it is allowed, it is legal, please do not rage or anything about it. So that was a bit of a surprise move there, and I lost my Maiden, which wasn't good. So, trying to decide what's best to go, so I think I'd be safe just summoning out the Maiden anyway and setting my Forbidden Lance as well, just in case there's a dark hole or something somewhere. And I can't really do much else after that. Neonix just sets another face down and summons out that Battling Boxer, which I am unsure of. Which gets out back his Glassjaw, I believe, and he summons out another Yoke, which makes my turn even harder. I try to go for Bright Star Dragon combo, and then I get Effect Veilered, so it's like, yeah, not much is going to happen. So I'm kind of like in a rut. Do I want to summon out my level 7 Synchro, Black Rose Dragon, but then I realise, after looking around and seeing what my side deck can give to me in options, I don't really have anything, because Black Rose Dragon would do nout against the Leadly Yoke monsters, so unfortunately I have to end my turn, and then he decides to compulse my Maiden, and since its effect's been negated, but thankfully I used my face down Forbidden Lance in the nick of time just to keep her on the field, so at least I've got another chance in a turn. Take 1100 damage and my Bright Star goes to the graveyard. Bit of a stalemate at the moment, and then I tried to turn the situation around, but unfortunately it's not going to go that plan. But I try anyway. Summon Divine Dragon Apocalypse. Activates effect, I'll send the Blue Eyes to the graveyard to add back the Bright Star Dragon. So hopefully next turn or next time I need to use it, I can use it with the maiden. And then go Silver's Cry. Then I actually debate, do I want to attack or do I want to synchro? But I know Nexus has a mirror force. I mean, it was an accident that it was seen earlier and everything, but I decided to go and play it safe and sync for Azure Eyes. So summon out Azure Eyes in defense mode, and that's pretty much all I can do for the moment. I get a couple of messages from a fan who will be appearing with, I believe his name is Foxsack. He says I'm handling the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck very well, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really an expert, I don't think I'll be doing very well. Neonexus decides on what to do next. Yep, there's me typing, I'm not really an expert. I mean, I'm okay with Blue Eyes, and I'm an okay duelist, but I'm not an expert, I can tell you that much. So, after contemplating, button misplague there again. I mean, it happens, I do button misplays quite badly on Duel Network as well. So I take a good chunk of damage with Divine Dragon, but he's done his job. Exploder Dragon, that doesn't really help, to be honest. So it's like, what shall I do? What shall I do? Accidentally pressed the wrong button. I meant to place a standby button so I could summon out my Blue Eyes. But Neonexus is a good friend of mine. He's okay with that. He's like, fine, don't go ahead, just summon out the Blue Eyes. There are some annoying people out there who will, sadly, say, no, you can't do that. You've already pressed the button. But anyway, Neonexus is a good friend. He allowed me. Anyway, go into battle. I do some damage, but you know, it doesn't really help because now he's got 3,000 attack beat sticks on his side of the field. Plus, they still have one XYZ material, so in other words, I still have at least 2 attempts to try and get rid of those cards. However, Neonexus decides to surprise me when he comes into his battle phase. Is that Switch Carter? Switch... I think it's Switch Carter, something like that anyway. It's the Battling Boxer that when it's summoned it can get another Battling Boxer back from the graveyard. He attacks with one of the Lead Yolks into Azure Eyes, and I'm like, hang on, they're both the same attack and defense and all that, and then he plays Counter Punch, which he boosts his monster by 1,000 attack, so I lose the Azure Eyes, sadly. I was kind of hoping to keep him out in the field, her out in the field, so I could summon out another Blue Eyes and hopefully go into something like a number 107. And then he decides to try and suicide with Lead Yolk, and of course activates this effect in order to protect themselves, and they both gain it, and it gains another 800 attack. Then he summons out the Switch Carter. I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And then he goes into a third Lead Yolk, which is like, yeah, you've kind of locked me down for good. Thank you very much. So I'm like, yeah, what am I going to do? So I try setting Exploder Dragon. It's the only thing I can do, to be honest. And I kind of resign myself to fate. And just wait for the inevitable end. Now, I don't know if you we'll see in the video there, but more than likely it will happen. The duel network started to act up a little bit towards the end of the duel, where everything went really, really slow. It took like a few moments for cards to actually appear on my side of the field, or just in general. But adds a Battling Boxer to his hand and starts attacking. I attempt to activate Exploder, but he detaches. Then he attacks with a 3,000 beater. Then he attacks with the 1,000 beater. But he doesn't decide to finish me off. He lets me have one more turn just to see if I can get myself out of this situation. Ah, yes, here it is. You can see my life points are still at 18 because it took a while for the 1,000 points to come off when I took the damage. However, he goes into Gagaga Cowboy. Yeah, and again, it's taking a while for the picture to come up. I don't know why that happened, but He summons out Gagaga Cowboy and uses this effect to deal damage to me, which ends the game basically. So yeah, that's game over. But it was a good duel, had real fun. Subscribe to Neo Nexus, his channel is linked down below. Enjoy! See you guys in the next video.